We need the new game. It's a new game. We're paying for a new game. Throw in the fan favorites every now and then. I'd much rather them try their heart out to just keep putting out new maps and then them failing than just completely recycling old nostalgic maps over and over and over again. If anything, MW3 is a clear example of we can't just get nostalgic maps.
But that pre-order for that new one, if I'm playing all remasters, it's like, brother, I wouldn't even want to play that. It's like, I've already done that. If I'm going to pay that $70 AAA price tag, I need AAA quality. And AAA quality to me is not making 80% of your maps old remasters. I don't want to play those.
Welcome everyone to episode 185 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Doing good. Doing all right. Yeah. Tired for sure. I tweeted about it this morning, but I was just telling you before we were going, back to school has started.
Yeah. First day of school for you as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
No, not a student.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For people that don't know.
Yes. I'm doing my, I'm going for my master's right now, but I'm doing that all online. So I don't got to worry about that. But yeah, first day going back in. Didn't have the kids today. Because we're doing this on this is the 26th. 27th is when I got them. So by the time you listen to this, I've been suffering. I'm low on energy. I've been beat down.
Yeah.
The past couple of days.
When they listen to this, it's a Labor Day though.
Oh yeah, well, true.
Yeah.
So by that point on that Labor Day, because next time we record on that Monday, I've got it off, and I've got Tuesday off because they use our school for voting.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit, which I kind of like. We only have to have the kids Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, which is going to be dope.
That's nice.
Yeah. But like I was saying, it's just I was telling you before. I mean, it's been great. It's gonna be a great year because a lot of good personnel changes. I'm happy about. But I got a new room, and my room before at school was bad. It was awful. We had this band teacher, this guy come in since we got a band program now, and the guy was like, I don't know how the you taught in that room that you were in for like 3 years. He's like, I don't understand that. And I'm like, oh yeah. So now my room's got 2 ACs. I got windows. I mean, it's gonna be a good year, but it's just tiring, It's like I was there for, like I said, about 11 hours today. So
yeah. Just gotta get everything ready for the school year.
Yeah. And it's hard for me too. I don't know if you're like this. I know you probably are with your house. It's like I want everything to be done. Like,
yeah,
I want to have my room exactly how I want it. Like when they come in, I'm going to get a poster. I already got one, a Call of Duty poster. I want to have that up. I don't know if I can get a Boston Breach banner. But I want to get one, hang it up behind my desk, get my, all my stuff set up, make it look dope. But right now it's pretty bare.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all the other teachers in my team are like, dude, we've got time. It'll slowly come together. And I'm like, I know, but I want to get.
Yeah.
Let me just do this. Let me do this.
Once you get it all done in this year though, then the next year is going to be easy because you'll already have everything set up and you know where things go. It's always the first year. Yeah,
exactly. That's the big thing, just because, we had all these moves with new construction. So it was just so many teachers that have been moving around. Like I said to you, it's not even done yet. And we start tomorrow. They're not going to have it done. So it's people when I left there were teachers that are like, oh, I'm going to be here probably till 9 or 10 o'clock. They're just getting everything as possibly ready as they can for kids to come in,
Yeah.
But it is what it is, can't really complain that much. It's going to be a really good year. I'm looking forward to just getting back into the swing of things,
Yeah.
I feel like a piece of shit in the summer sometimes, It's like,
hey, that's I mean, teachers, I think they don't get appreciated enough. So it's coming from me for a guy that works year round. I am jealous of all the breaks, but man, I'm not dealing with those kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My future kids will be amazing, but yeah, no, other kids, hell no.
Dude, there are those kids there, and there's plenty of them. Like I said before, at my school, it's It's pretty diverse. There's a lot of
Mm.
African American students, Cambodian, or just Asian students in general. Like, white students or Caucasian students is definitely, it's like probably the minority at that school, if I had to guess.
Mhm.
Like it's way less. And it doesn't matter where you're from or like what your background is. You can tell the kids who have parents who really care and put in the
Mhm.
time to make sure their kids on track, and the parents who, you know, just sort of like they're like, "Oh, did you do your homework? No. Oh, get that done, will you?" You know,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
invested in their kids.
Yeah, yeah. The that's the, tough part. I hate hearing, like I mean, I would say most of the time people, they do joke about, "Oh, well, you get summers and whatever, the holidays off and, like, whatnot." Like, summers, like, I get. Like, I wish everyone got summers off. The holidays, like, that's what I'm, like, really jealous of. Like, you get the whole
Yeah,
week for stuff. Most people don't get, like, those, the week of Christmas off, the spring spring break, that random
winter
February
break.
break. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
all of
jealous
it.
of. I wish that was just standard. Like, if that was standard and then, like, I didn't get summers off, that like, I don't care.
Now, I actually I'm curious. Would you take a pay cut, but you have your summers off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% would. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a certain number where you're like, "Oh, man, if it was more than, say, like, I don't know, 15,000 dollars less, but you get your summers all off," are you like, "Oh, yeah, like, I'm in," or are you like,
Uh,
"Ah."
if it was like 15K less, I think I would still take it.
Yeah? Damn.
Yeah. Like,
Damn, I fuck with that.
dude, the summers are it's just so much better when you like I mean, you can choose to work if you want, but
Oh,
just
yeah.
knowing that you have a good you can reset. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say that, like, the reset, I think it's definitely important, like, in what I'm in, because it is high stress, but I think too, man, like, every job has that, it's just in different
Mhm.
ways. Like, I'd probably find your job hella stressful, you know,
Mhm.
but it's like, to you, you just kind of do it. And it's the same for me. Like, you've got those moments where for sure it's tough, but the day to day, it's like, it's just what you do. You're like, yeah, I'm used to it.
Yeah. Like, I always just see it as, like, teachers, you guys have an end, which is the end of the year, like, skip all the vacations and whatever, but
Hmm.
your year's over then. For people
Yeah.
that aren't teachers, don't have that, so what we look forward to is the next, like, holiday or like, your day off,
Right.
and but that's when it's just endless. Like, it just goes
Yeah.
on forever. So that's
Yeah.
when it, like, sucks if you're just thinking like that over and over and over, but, you know, it
I'd say too with it, man, like, because I think this is interesting. I wonder if people listening feel this. Like, for me, when I think of the years that I've been doing it, it's so easy to measure because I'm like, oh yeah, like I've had, like, I mean, now this is going to be, I believe this is going to be the first. Well, next year is going to be the year where I've had kids in fifth grade when I came in, and then they're in eighth grade. You
Mhm,
know, So I've seen them from the first day I had them in middle school and then all the way to the last year. So like the kids that I had when I started in when they were in fifth, they're now in seventh.
mhm.
Um, which is weird. It's weird to see how much they've changed. Um, but I think after that's going to be like it's going to be I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget
Mhm.
all these kids, like because I'm always going to be thinking like that. Oh, I had these kids in fifth grade. Well, it's like, well, every year we just get a new grade. And then after a while, I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, those kids graduated from middle school like 4 years ago. Like, damn,
Yeah,
like they're
yeah,
senior, like this, our janitor. I had her daughter and she's like, oh, yeah, she's going to be a junior in high school now. I'm like, huh? It's
yeah.
like, dude, wasn't she like a year ago? She's like, no,
Yeah, no,
moron.
time
You
flies.
know?
It flies when you're an adult just working. Um,
Yeah.
the advantage of, not having the summers off, like, if you can even say that, is that, like, I can take time off whenever I want. Like,
Right.
I mean, you can too, but, like, it's not as,
It is frowned upon.
yeah, it's frowned upon, like, heavily. Like,
Yeah.
you could take, like, a week off, but That's
Well,
like
that was like,
you're taking a week off with your summer break on top of all your weeks off
oh,
already.
dude, I could I don't know any teacher there that's ever done that, taking a whole week off just because 'cause they're like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
going to Spain," or I'm
Yeah.
gonna go
Most
travel.
teachers don't do that.
Yeah. It's like if I take time off, it's either like I need an extra day for some reset time to just chill,
Mhm.
or grind COD, or
Yeah.
it's like I need, like I've got something going on that day, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's when, my job's, like, nice because I can be like,
Yeah,
"I don't wanna work this day, so I'm
yeah,
just not gonna work this day."
yeah,
Granted,
and you
that's
don't
all
got
dependent on, like, your manager and whatever, but
yeah, and you don't gotta call, like, for us, we have to go and, I can't remember, it's, Frontline. So you
mhm.
have to go on there, put in, like, your sick day and why you're gonna be taking it off, and then they gotta go find a replacement, leave sub plans, you gotta do all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the show goes on without you, you
Yeah.
know? But for you, like, I mean, what do you have to do to take a day off?
I just have to submit
And
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
I don't get my time, approved anymore after,
Yeah,
I used to, and then when I got promoted, like, now it's just like, I submit it, let my manager know, and
yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's definitely a guilt thing. Like, I
yeah.
struggle with that, because 'cause
Mhm.
I'm like, I think about that, I'm like, "Oh, man, I'm screwing with the kids, like, they need," but
Mhm.
there's a lot of people there who are on their way out, and they're like, "Mike, the show fucking goes on." Like,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like, "Mike, if you got fired tomorrow, they're gonna hire a new teacher, like, it's not that deep." And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"That's true,"
Yeah.
you know?
It's a give and take, you sign up for, like, each, whatever career you're in. Like, there's just pros and cons to all of it.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, I get when people get jealous of teachers for having summers off, but, uh, I've seen, like, and heard stories from you and also, like, people I work with, like, their significant others are teachers and they get it.
yeah,
Like, teachers are underappreciated in
yeah.
America, so, you know
I think it would be dope. Like, I know you can't do it or we can't do it, but I think it'd be sick if there was a day you could come in and just
Mhm.
shadow me for the day,
Yeah.
I think it would be hilarious. Because some of those kids, again, there's a lot of drawbacks for sure with
Mhm.
some kids, but then there's some kids that it's like, it's just comedy hour. Like, it's so fun,
Yeah.
and you're having a blast with them. Um,
Yeah, no, I'm sure they're good times, but,
oh, yeah, for sure.
nah, like, I've seen I like kids, I just like the good kids.
Yeah.
Fuck them bad kids, dude,
Yeah.
the
Well,
littlest thing would just irritate me, like, you've been to my house, you've seen my area,
yeah.
I've yesterday, I was just I went to go leave to get food, and then I just turned on the road, and I know you teach middle schoolers, but, like, it was just probably, like, I think they were late middle schoolers, maybe, like, early high school, like, 16 of them just out in the road, just, like, hanging out. They're outside in the middle of the fucking road. And, yeah, yeah, you've seen my area, like, it's quiet, so,
Right.
you can it's whatever. But, you know,
Have
common
a break.
sense is a car comes,
Move.
yeah, you move. Like, I'm going 5 miles per hour, maybe,
Mhm.
and they just look at me. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I honked at them, and they don't like, this I honked at them, like, after, I don't know, a minute. That's a long fucking time. A
Yeah.
minute in a
You
car?
gave him time.
Yeah, and they just looked at me. I'm like, "Do you want me to run you over? Like, you're asking for me to kill you, right?
Right.
Just run you over." Yeah, I don't know. I that that's just stuff, like, I don't know what's going on in their brains, because I know when
Dude.
I was a kid, if I saw a car, I'd move. So,
Dude,
again, I don't know what parents teach their kids. Jump in front of a car.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
what?
yeah, yeah, jump in front of a car because then you can collect the insurance. You're
Yeah.
like, "Dude, we can get rich."
Yeah,
You may
and
break a leg, but it's
I
okay.
drive by them, and they just stare at me.
Right, like you're the problem.
Yeah, and dude, yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange, man. I because a lot of the kids at school, they're all gamers, like
Mhm.
90% of those kids, you know? And and that's why like I can definitely connect with them on big time, you know? Like we'll be talking about video games. Like this kid today, I don't know why he was there, but he like saw me. He's like, "Yo, Mr. Hargens, what's up?" And I was like, "Hey, man, what's happening?" You know? And he's like, "Yo, bro, you game much over the summer?" And I was like, "Dude, did I game? Like, come on." You
Mhm.
know, so it's cool with that stuff, but like I can relate on those ends. But then to your point, like the common sense, I'm like, man, are you not exposed to this stuff enough to develop that common sense? Like,
Mhm.
maybe you need to take that VR headset or get out of your computer a little bit, brother, and like
Yeah.
maybe just go out in life a
Well,
little bit, you know?
see, you take it to that step, I just cut it off there. I'm like, "You're just stupid."
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm not even gonna question it, like, you're just dumb.
yeah, like I'm with you. There's for me, there's a cutoff. Like if you're
Yeah.
5th, 6th grade, I'm like, I get it. You know, like
Yeah.
you're still trying to get there. I understood when I was in 5th and 6th grade, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
When you're in the teenage, when you're 13,
Yeah.
to me, it's over. I'm like, if you don't understand some of this stuff, you know, like I've had kids write them up and they're like wandering the school. Why do I get written up? I'm like, do I actually need to explain this to you?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
did you not connect 2 and 2 together?
Mhm.
You know, and they're like, man, that's bullshit. I'm like, I don't care that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think
yeah.
that. I was like, I told you, this is the action that, like, if you do this, there's a consequence. You did it.
Mhm.
Well, here's the consequence. They're like,
Yep.
man, that's so stupid. Like, no, it's not.
Okay.
That's life.
Like, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
That's why I like if anything, I'd like high schoolers. Like, the pros of being able to relate to them in, like, games and stuff, that's really cool, but in my head, the cons definitely outweigh that, so in my like, for me, it's just not worth it, but
Yeah. So, and my I was thinking last thing I'll say is my worry is that because I maybe at some point in my career I may move to high school when I'm older. I don't know yet. I like middle school a lot, but my worry, bro, what if I went to high school and then I'm like, Justin, these people are 17 and they still don't have it. Like they still don't understand like common
oh,
sense. I'm
you're
like,
gonna get that stuff. Yeah.
now I'm tweaking. Now I'm like grabbing them by the shoulders,
Yeah.
like, what are you doing?
Mhm.
I that would piss me off because now I'm like, bro, you're gonna be an absolute loser in society.
Yeah. You're an adult next year, like,
Yeah,
legally.
seriously.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, it's like, man, like I got these kids are still some of them still like, you know, they like playing tag and stuff. I'm like, dude, you're a kid,
yeah,
17, 18. You ain't playing tag.
yeah.
But if you're over here and you don't understand basic stuff and like the action consequence concept,
Mhm.
I was like, dude, life is going to suck for you, brother. And I can't
Yeah,
teach you that, you know?
yeah. Anybody listening that's young, just know, we've said it so many times, when you're just doing something wrong. You
Mhm.
should probably listen to yourself because
Right.
you're doing something wrong.
It's called having a conscience, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but a lot of people don't have it.
yeah, exactly. But,
Fucking
uh,
morons.
yeah. Speaking of learning, playing video games, we
Mhm.
got Black Ops 6 beta coming soon, the open beta.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, so the open beta, I mean, by the time you guys listen to this, it's still out, yeah, because it's August 30th to September 4th.
Mhm.
So sorry, not open beta, early access. So
Yeah.
for people that pre-ordered the game, you get early access August 30th to September 4th. You know for sure Mike and I will be on that. I'm playing that because we
Mm.
already pre-ordered it and I cannot wait. And
Yep.
if we're gonna be talking about it on Twitter, so go
Cool.
follow the Twitter community because we'll be posting more at that. Because right now we haven't done a good job sharing it or anything,
Yeah.
but we'll just be tweeting in there. If you guys want to know more and what our thoughts are, just go follow that. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this beta. Can't
I
wait to finally touch the game.
how weird does it almost not feel real to you that we're gonna be playing Black Ops 6 in a couple days?
Yeah, it's weird.
Like,
Very weird.
I almost feel like this game doesn't exist yet, you know?
Mhm.
Like, we're still in those like early stages of being like, oh man, the game's gonna come out, like this is gonna be so cool, you know. And I'm thinking it's like months away,
Mhm.
but I don't even know when they started doing this where we could I think it may have been MW 2019 because we were able to play those gunfights.
Yeah, they had the alpha. They didn't do
Yeah,
an alpha for this, but
but like getting just being able to play the game before it actually launched.
mhm,
Um, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that's just happened within the past 4 years where they were starting to do, like you said, an alpha or do a beta for it.
mhm.
Um, and I love that they do this, and I hope knowing Treyarch, I hope with this beta that they have, that they take a lot of the feedback,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. And
'cause they will.
yeah. And again, every year, gotta reiterate, this is a beta, so take it for what it is. Like, I'm sure a lot of it will be in the current game, but if things are broken and whatever, like, it's probably gonna be fixed at some point. We don't know the speed of when things are gonna be fixed, but it is Treyarch, so they might be completely on top of it. Because like Sledgehammer, like people are giving them a hard time, and they were on top of their stuff in the beginning of the year. I mean, they still
Mhm.
are. Like
Yeah,
we'll get to it later, but season 5 reloaded, like they're still updating the game. They're still adding new stuff.
yeah,
And I think some people hold the beta to way of a high standard. Like this is a game. Like, yeah, it is, but the whole point of the beta is to test it and then give feedback so they can potentially go correct it.
yeah.
So,
I know there's gonna be people who play the beta and then hop to Twitter and start dogging on the game, and I don't wanna listen to any of those people if they're gonna be using, language being like, "This game sucks.
mhm,
This is complete trash, this." I'm like, "Man, just offer your feedback. You don't need to be snapping saying the game's gonna suck. Like, more than likely, it's gonna get fixed. If you think it's a problem, then I guarantee you're not the only one who thinks that's a problem, and they'll
exactly.
hear you.
Yeah, and my first thought that something is probably going to be broken is the speed of the movement, like specifically the diving and shooting, and your character getting up and then being able to do that, spamming that over and over.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's probably going to be a problem, but again, it's a beta, and these guys developing it, I'm sure they're gamers, but they're not, the consumers of this game. Like, we are. We're the ones
right.
that game like every day. We're gonna learn those mechanics and we're gonna know the ins and outs of that stuff. So I'm sure that's probably broken and they need to slow that speed of your character getting up and diving. But I just know that people are gonna give Treyarch a hard time about that. And they're gonna see one pro player do it and they're like, this game sucks. I'm like, dude,
Right,
just how are they supposed to know how quick a character gets up, like how this impacts the game if they're
right.
not doing things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like a game tester is not the same as Shotzi, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Those are 2 totally different players. Um, so yeah, some of that stuff, like you're saying regarding the movement, I agree with you. I think that's going to be say, like, I'll put this in paraphrase, like, that's gonna be my biggest complaint, probably is gonna be something with the movement where it's just, there's gonna be those people who are able to figure it out and break it to a point where it's not really fair, um, or take advantage of certain things that should not be in the game. Like you were saying, I think I saw some clips of it, like people were being able to like spam dive and get back up, run and knife and shit. um I think you'll still be able to do that in the final game, but at that level, like the recharge rate from when you're able to get up and then do all that, um we'll have to see when we play it, but I would be surprised if it's going to be, you know, that that fast. Because if it
Yeah.
is and people can do that, I mean, that's gonna be insane. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna have to be fucking like eyes peeled to be playing
Yeah.
the game.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like the movement is, I feel like they always correct the movement to some extent every year. And
Yeah.
I'm just thinking immediately to like the G slide in BO3 back in the day where you can just slide, cancel, and then you like fly, basically fly forward. So just it's a beta. Enjoy the game. Like enjoy what it is. I'm not going to take any of the weapons too seriously. I'm sure there's going to be one that has legit no recoil. That's going to be the best gun in the game. Like, just enjoy the beta. Like,
Yeah,
yes, give feedback, but just enjoy it. Because I swear, like you said, people are going to go and play it. This game's shit because of this. Like, then don't play it. First
yeah.
off, why did you pre-order it then?
Right.
Like, wait till the open beta, which the open beta is right after that. It's September 6th to September 9th. So
Mhm.
for people that, don't know if they should pre-order it or not, or big COD fans, go play then. You know, get your experience on the game, see if it's worth pre-ordering, and then, you know, go and play it afterwards if you do
Yeah.
decide you want it.
I'll say something that's, I think, like, kinda scummy about this pre-order thing is when you go on, because I was playing yesterday, and when I went on the, like, main hub for MW3, like, obviously now they're spamming it. Like, when you go in there to click, like, the game to start up, it's the Black Ops 6 background, and they're like, pre-order now, early access beta, all this shit. And if you go to it, they have a version where it's like they've got three versions of the game, right? Of Black Ops 6. One of them, it says like early beta access, like for Friday. The other two don't say that. So
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh, let me go get that. But the one where it does say that is the Vault Edition for $100.
Mm-hmm.
And I clicked on it because I pre-ordered it, and I was like, it's one of the few games I'll pre-order, without seeing gameplay or like actually playing it. But I looked at it and I was like, dude, did I fuck up? Like, did I get the wrong version? Because I'm like, bro, I didn't pay $100 for this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I paid the 70, like just the cross gen thing. But then when you click on it, then it says at the bottom, like, includes
Yeah,
early access to
yeah.
beta. I'm like, wow. Like right
Yeah.
on the front, the most expensive one
Mm-hmm.
says it like early access, you get to play it. The other
Mm-hmm.
ones, you would think you wouldn't even be able to,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that's the marketing.
I'm like, don't try to
That's
fucking
that's the people at Activision promoting it. Go
yeah.
buy the this one says
No.
early access.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
they I'm sure they did that. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I say they did. I'm sure there's people out there who saw that version because it says it right on there, and they're like, "Oh, I want
Thought
early
about us.
access,"
Yeah.
and they bought it, and they're like, $100. Oh man, I just got to pay extra for that early access. I'm like, no, 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 no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, bro, they ain't making early access $100. Like,
Yeah. If you just pre-order the regular game, you get the early access
yeah, you get that, and then you get like I think we end up getting some Frank Wood
skins.
skin
Yeah.
and like some camo. So it's like
Mhm.
you only get like 2 or 3 things, but I'm like, that's not
Yeah.
why I'm pre-ordering this, bro. Like,
Yeah. And I'm assuming they're gonna do it again this year because they have been past couple of years. But if you pre-order, you get to play the campaign a week early, which
mhm,
is that's like fantastic ever since I started doing that because people like you and I that do enjoy the campaign, we can play the campaign and not stress out that we're missing out on multiplayer time,
mhm.
especially now with the old prestige system.
Yeah,
Like we can just go enjoy the campaign for what it is in the week because it is it going to take longer than a week to beat it. It's probably going to be like your normal 7 to 9 hours,
right.
and then we can enjoy multiplayer the week after.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's gonna be like actually I don't know. I want to say like it's not gonna be that long, but I really have no idea
Mhm.
because
Well,
after this MW3 campaign, which was
mhm.
so short, I'm like
Yeah,
I'm kind of thrown back. I don't even know how long a normal COD
yeah.
campaign is. I'm
Well,
thinking
I
like what, 8 hours?
I say 7 to 9 mainly because that's the PR answer. Like your
Mhm,
regular casual gamer, 7 to 9 hours. For
right.
people like you and I that play COD all the time, it's not going to take us 7 to 9 hours. We're going to
No.
beat it in like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like the testers are the ones doing the 7 to 9 hours.
Yeah.
So
Now I was bummed because I have one of the people at work. She's like, "Oh, I need to help move into my condo," and I'm like, "What day?" And she's like, well, Thursday." But she's like, "Friday and Saturday." I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" I almost was like, "No, I gotta play the beta."
That's payday.
I'm gonna get my time in regardless. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's gonna be a late night on Friday or Saturday, you bet your ass I'm gonna be hopping on this PlayStation at fucking midnight and playing for 2, 3 hours. Like, I
Mhm.
don't care how tired I am. We're buying the monster, zero sugar, and
Oh
we're
yeah,
doing,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Like,
I'm excited for it because yeah, I mean I haven't played COD in a couple weeks, so like I'm, I, and I
ho homie,
guarantee you that when I hop on, I'm still gonna be frying people.
bro, do I put you on blast right now?
How long is
So
that?
29 days, dog.
Okay, yeah,
I checked, I was like, because they had double XP, and I
yeah,
don't know if it's still going on. I'm gonna probably check
mhm.
after, like, later tonight, um, if I get time, but, um, I was like, "Dude, I wonder if Justin's been playing it all," and then I scrolled down, and I'm like, "Damn," you know?
Nah, I
I was like,
think
"You know,
there.
you're slammed," you know? But it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think there's. This is a funny thing. Like there has been one. I think there was one day when I got back from vacation and I did like hop on and play, which
Mhm.
was 29 days ago. I think maybe I got a level or something like that.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. That's the I started season 5, and
Yeah.
then I got almost to 900 or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah. Funny thing is like most people probably think, oh, okay, so he's just you know, yeah, he's got his house, whatever, and then he's just like going to bed normally, like whatever. Nah, dude. Like, like usually we hop on from 9 to 11
Mhm.
and play. Dude, I'm up till like midnight or like
Yeah.
1. I'm not getting like it sucks ass
Oh,
because
I know.
yeah, I wish. Like I've been trying to go to bed earlier, like 11 o'clock, so the normal time that we
Right.
normally sign off,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's hard. But
Oh, yeah.
I think no, I mean again, I'm hitting the 1050 regardless. And when Black Ops 6 comes back, I'm gonna try my best to get back to that 9 to 11 schedule. And if not, I'm gonna push it like back earlier. I'm gonna because we used to hop on at like 8 and then play till like 10, and then we would push it to 11. I'm gonna try to get back on that schedule
Yeah,
if I
if we
can.
have to do that, because even with my work schedule, if we have to be like, "Yo, bro, let's play like 8 to 10," I'm like, "Dude, that's fine." Like, I'm cool with
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know? Um, but I know, like, you better wait because I'm gonna be there on Saturday or Friday night. I'll get back and it'll be fucking like 11:30. I'll be like, "You on?"
Oh,
I'll be
I
like,
will be on.
yeah, I'll be like,
I
"Dude,
will be on.
let's party up, bro." I'm like, "Let's hit this
Mhm,
shit because I want to, like, I don't know if other people have this. I mean, like, obviously, like, you and I are like, we're the duo. When I
mhm,
load into a new game, like, when I play that, there's a big part of me where I'm like, "Dude, I wanna play my first game with you," you
mhm.
know?
Yeah.
Like, it's a dumb, like, corny thing, but I'm like, "Bro, we've done that for the past couple CODs." I'm like, we have to be on the mic experiencing this game
Yeah.
together for the first time, being like, "Bro, what gun you use?" You're like, "Yo, the fucking Omni movement. What is this
Yeah.
shit?" I'll be like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
It's like, I don't wanna hear it's like, "Oh, yeah, bro, I've been grinding for, like, 4 hours." It'd be like, "Ah, damn," you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Yeah. No,
It's like
exactly.
yeah, it's man, this is my favorite time of the year, just getting
Mhm,
to, like, be hyped for this game and get to play it, and
mhm,
everybody's talking about it, all
mhm,
the pros and cons of it, and especially for this year, the hype I can't even remember in the last, I mean, honestly, in the last 4 years, the hype has not been, anywhere near where it is now for this game. Like, everybody knows this game's gonna bang, it's just on,
mhm.
like, what level, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
I
like, is it we
oh,
talking
yeah.
top 5 COD or, like, top 3 COD?
Yeah, I cannot wait for this COD, and I hope, I wonder if Helix Esports over at Pat's place where the Breach used to play, uh, they're gonna do, like, a midnight like, I know the Breach is up in the air technically. As of right now, you and I are considering
Mhm.
it, you know, the era's over, but man, I want like a midnight release or something. Like, there's
I know,
nothing
dude.
better. And regardless if that doesn't happen, you and I are gonna be playing. Might order like some chicken wings and like mozzarella sticks and whatever, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
play.
Get that
Just be a kid
Uber Eats
again.
Domino's pizza.
Yeah, grab some Coca
Yeah.
Colas.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a good time with it. The thing I'm honestly most excited for with this game, is the maps. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what kind of maps they end up cooking here, like, for the original ones, because I know they're doing, some remasters. I'm not entirely sure, maybe if they have disclosed how many maps they're gonna have in this beta or what maps, um, but I'm just
Nope.
looking forward to getting in there and being okay, what do we got for maps? Like, what have they made? Are these all just, like, unbelievable maps? Like, I feel like I'm playing BO4 again, or are
Mhm.
there, like, some that are solid and some that I'm just like, "Eh," you know what I mean?
Yeah. If I had to take a guess, they're gonna do like 3 maps the first, like, early access, because I feel I don't know, 3 is just a solid number.
Yeah.
3 maps, and then the open beta, they're gonna add another 3.
Yeah.
That's my guess, but either way, this game's gonna be fun, and if you have a fun game, like, again, we're just gonna be grinding those 3 maps, and I'd imagine the game modes are gonna add, it's probably gonna be your regular, like, TDM, Dom,
Dom, yeah.
it's probably gonna be all respawn, like, they usually don't do S&D, so probably
Yeah,
TDM,
I think
Dom,
you're
maybe
right.
confirmed, um, and then maybe they'll throw in, like, a party mode, like 2v2s or
Or
something
if
like
they
that.
have some new mode, like I
Yeah.
remember if they, some like custom mode that they've made
Mhm.
up, that's new to the game and maybe new to the series or returning mode,
Mhm.
like I don't know if they did like Cranked, for example, like from what
Mhm.
we got now. Like
Yeah.
they may do something like that to try to showcase it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't think they've talked about it. We did today as we're recording this, we did get the multiplayer trailer. Um, which it doesn't help my excitement. I'm just like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
dude." You
Yeah.
know? I'm like, "Come on, man, just give it to me." Um, but I think we had talked about it before or mentioned it. It's I think for both of us, it's hard because I wanna go and play multiplayer so bad when the full game comes out. Um, but man, there's just a part of me that's still to my 12-year-old self, 11-year-old self playing the, old CODs where I just have to beat the campaign first. And the campaign for this game, I am
Mhm.
genuinely invested in it. Like, I can't wait to see because Cold War was so good.
Mhm.
And they're bringing like a lot of those characters back and a new, twist on things and how they've developed. Um, Treyarch is always good at just telling stories in their games in the campaign. So I'm going to be playing campaign first, like on that early access when they give it
Mhm.
to us. I love that. I'm going to be grinding that.
Yeah. Well, again, yeah, that's the best part about the early access. We can beat the campaign and not stress out about the multiplayer.
Yeah,
We can just jump in the week after, like,
yeah,
no stress about it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The Just everything about it,
yeah.
And I'm sure at COD Next we're gonna hear more about what is gonna be out in the beta. And COD Next, I believe, is August 28th, I wanna
I
say.
believe so. Yes.
And I mean, regardless, by the time you guys listen to this, it's already happened and the beta's still out now. So go play it if you pre-ordered it.
Right.
And yeah, it's just gonna be exciting, dude. This is the best time of the year for every COD fan, but it's even better this year because it's Treyarch, and if you know, you just know they're gonna do a great job,
Right.
and I can't wait to get my hands on this game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think at COD Next, I think what they mainly have on the agenda, I don't know if it's a lot of multiplayer stuff. I know that they are going to be talking about this new Warzone map that they've got, like Area 99, which I don't really give a shit about that. I'm like,
Yeah,
whatever, unless people just go off about how amazing this is. Um, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but I think they're going to be focusing mainly on that and zombies. Um,
yeah.
and
Maybe
dude,
they'll
the
do a
zombies,
campaign mission.
yeah,
A
I think
short,
they
yeah,
might
yeah,
go and play a little bit and be like,
standard.
you're in a Russian base and it's, all this stuff. They got
Mhm,
that like corny audio going over it. Um, but I really want to see a lot. I want to see a lot of zombie stuff. And yeah, the Warzone stuff, like obviously we're not as big on that, but of the three of those, like I know multiplayer, like they cooked and we're gonna be playing it soon. So I don't really need to see that more, especially from all the leaks.
mhm.
But the zombies I really want to see.
Yeah. And speaking of multiplayer too, actually, Uplink is coming back, and For people that don't know what Uplink is, it's basically basketball. Because it was first announced in Advanced Warfare. Obviously, we're not going to have jetpacks this game, but it, it's going to be like basketball, soccer. You're not using your feet. You're just grabbing the ball and putting it into a goal. But
Big
so
spear in the air.
I'm assuming this is going to replace our control. Uh, maybe I don't know because Treyarch was the one that developed control.
Right.
They could kill it. They didn't develop Uplink. They did not make Advanced Warfare. So I don't know like what the pros are gonna do about the third game mode. We won't even get into that. But you and I are definitely gonna be playing obviously whatever the third game mode is. But
Yep.
I hope they still have control because then if Treyarch designed it well, they're gonna make these maps for control. So I guarantee you it's probably gonna be a lot better than what we're playing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, to your point, reiterating it, man, like I loved Uplink back in the day. So I'm curious to see how this is. And Control back on like, BO4 was insane. I thought that was so much fun. And even, to this day, I still love Control. I think it's definitely my favorite mode to play. Um, but is it as good as it could be? No. Like the
Yeah.
maps and everything just don't work as well for Control. It would be crazy. Can you imagine if they had a fourth game mode and that's what they did?
Yeah.
They did like for the CDL, they did Hardpoint, Search, Control, and then they had Uplink as the new one.
Yeah.
Like that would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
I think every pro though at this point's like get control out of here, throw uplink in because
Yeah.
uplink in it's like it's a faster capture the flag. I like uplink more than capture the flag because it's it's faster
Mhm.
and you know you still have to manipulate spawns and understand timings where people are going to spawn or whatever. But regardless, whatever that third game mode is, you and I are going to be playing it. And if it's not control, we're still going to be playing control because
Yeah.
Treyarch, again, these maps are just made for control.
Yeah.
So it's already going to be a better start than this game with
Yeah,
control.
100%. They're gonna kill both modes in a good way. It's just a matter of the pros making that decision as to which mode they want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's more viable for competitive. Because this year Control, like if people are wondering why Control sucked this year, honestly for me it was just the favors of being on defense. Like there were so many times where you could be on a map for defense and it was like, all right, this is pretty much an auto win. Like if you're going to be playing, what am I thinking? Like invasion control. And this amount of, yeah, if you're playing like invasion control and you're defending on there, it's very hard. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
fucking hard to cap those points and win that way. So a lot of times you would always just see it. It's like, okay, yep, they're down 0-1. They won. Like you can win control on all defenses.
Yeah. That's been
Um,
like that the past two games. And Vanguard 2. And like I mean, honestly, I guess you could say Cold War 2, but the pros obviously learn as a game goes on, but Control when it was at its peak was when they announced Black Ops 4 cuz that was a new game mode in Black Ops 4.
mhm.
Like, the Control and it was great.
Yeah.
But, there are a bunch of different aspects of Black Ops 4 that made it great, but I'm sure they can replicate Control again and make it good in this game. But, whether it's control, uplink, doesn't matter. You and I are going to adapt and
Mhm.
play it. So,
That's
other,
always our thing.
yeah,
I don't
we
care that I'm
adapt.
26. I don't give a fuck. I'm still
Yeah,
gonna adapt and fry people.
yeah.
You know.
We're going to do our thing
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
Um,
So overall, I mean, just like everything that we've seen so far, and like going into this beta, I really haven't been this excited for a COD in a long time. Um, and the more we hear about it, and the more we see about it, I just get more and more excited. So I'm fucking ready for this game.
yeah,
And yeah,
just give it to us now. Like,
I
that's
know,
the thing.
right, bro? Oh my
I
god.
hope this beta, I mean, I'm sure we're going to like love it and just want to play it. And then we have a good 2 months basically, till we get a hold of the game
I know, dude. They're
again.
just gonna. Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
yeah, and that's when
That's gonna be. They're gonna be happening. And they're like, they're gonna be like, oh, season 6 is out
yeah, and
for
we're like,
WWE. I'm like, I
"Oh,
don't give a fuck.
yeah." That's when we're like, "Oh, fuck. Alright,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
go."
because that's what they were. Well, like honestly, I mean, when we talk about it for a little bit, like that's what happened with season 5 Reloaded for me, bro. This just like it, it got dwarfed by everything Black Ops 6
Yeah,
related.
yeah.
You know, everyone was just like Black Ops
Mhm.
6, and then they're sitting over here. You know, we're halfway through the season here. We got some good stuff. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. See, but it
But it's good though.
yeah, no, it is this happens, like, every year, though, like, this is the time when once leaks come out, everyone's already long gone onto the next game.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, for the most part, most people are long gone now, right? Like, we're still the lone soldiers just still playing this game and, trying to hit what we need to hit. But,
Yeah.
yeah, most people are already on to the next game.
Yeah, and especially too, like I say the season 5 Reloaded, like because I played it for a couple of days. You know, this one's a bit harder for me to see all the changes and stuff that they've added. Like they did add some new maps, I believe. I didn't go into the 6v6 as much. I've just or I'll say 6v6 into the like not small map mosh pit.
Mhm,
You know, because that's just kind of where I've been paying rent as of late.
mhm,
Um, but they added some new maps. I think they did have one of the maps that they had in the small map. They did another version of Stash House, and
mhm.
this I don't know what this is. I like it, but they've they took a chance on that cell shading kind of look, and
The
I liked it.
Borderlands style.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked it. And then now they did the same thing with Stash House. They just
Mhm.
took the exact same map and they just added it as like cell shading.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
I like I'm assuming they're doing this Borderlands style because Borderlands is gonna collab with COD,
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
that would make sense.
Like, so, yeah, I mean, they're still pumping out content for, the end of the game, which, can't complain about. But, yeah, like you said, uh, for the most part, we've been living in the small map mosh pit, which kinda just drives you insane to a point.
Yeah,
And I haven't even I'm not looking forward to that, to be honest.
right.
I just want to play the game.
Right.
Um, and yeah, and they're continuing to update the game. And on Modern Warfare Zombies, I did want to point out because I did see some stuff on Twitter and I saw like a couple TikToks of it where people were like, Zombies was like meh throughout the year. Like there was a lot of hype in the beginning of it, and then it kind of just mellowed out. Uh, Obviously, you and I haven't really touched it, but apparently the final mission is like epic. Like the boss that you have to fight, it's insane,
Yeah, bro.
and
That pisses me off.
like it's nuts. Supposedly,
Dude, I wish they kept that hype from right from the get-go.
yeah, yeah. Instead of just here, let's give
Like
it to you guys at the end now. Finally,
right,
yeah.
right. It's like kinda, I mean, again, I'm kinda with those people.
Mhm,
I don't have any real hatred towards the zombies.
mhm,
I think, of course, most of us just like the round based. I think it's simpler and it's like a tried and true thing. Obviously, they can't do that because Treyarch owns that. So I appreciate the try on it, and I guess it's done okay. But I wasn't really hearing all that much rumblings about it being like, oh, dude, you have to play this until now. Like when
mhm.
now we get down to the wire here and they're like, "Oh man, it's so amazing." I'm like, "Man, come on." Now like for us, we haven't done jack. So I'm like to reach that point, how much am I going to have to play zombies? Like I'd be grinding probably.
Yeah, exactly. Like I, I wish they kept that hype up, which I'm sure in Treyarch they're gonna do that. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so I mean that's big news for the zombies players that like continued it, throughout. But they also added the paintball mode, which I feel like
Mhm.
that's been in a lot of recent CODs, the paintball
Yeah.
mode. Um, and they added the new game mode, Defuse and Destroy, which is just a spin off of Search and Destroy, basically.
Yeah.
You know, they're adding all, these little gimmick game modes that I'm sure are fun every now and then when you're playing, but
But
they're trying to push us to the they're trying to get us to the next season and then the next game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think if anybody is going to be critiquing them on these final seasons, I don't think it's really fair because whatever you think of this game, they've done such an amazing job with the content. All the way through from the beginning up until now. I would say now at this season 5 Reloaded, you can definitely tell there was a dip in the quality and the amount of content. There's nothing bad in there, but it's just stuff that, like you said, it's filler for
Mhm.
the people who, like us, are still grinding it out, to just carry us over into Black Ops 6. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't factor this in when we do our end of review. I'm not going to be like, well, it
that's
kind of
not.
was bad at the end. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's not a fair assessment.
yeah. Like we'll factor it in, but it's not gonna be weighted as. I mean, like every
Yes.
COD has been like that. Like
Treyarch's
how.
going to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's every year the new COD cycle. They start slowing down. Like
Mhm.
how are you gonna beat leaks of the next COD?
Yeah.
You don't.
No, exactly. You don't beat it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just,
and the beta's coming out. Like, you're not gonna beat that.
yeah,
So, but,
it's
one
a
thing I
smart move for them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. One thing I do like, though, is that for whatever reason, if you're playing Season 5 Reloaded, they're giving you the, free, like, XP tokens,
Bro,
which
you
is
must be loving this.
yeah, but I think I've said it before, like, episodes ago. It is the tokens are nice, but, dude, the 1 hour double XP tokens don't take you as far as people think. Like, if you're in small mosh pit, which is probably the best to get XP, I swear 1 hour will get you, like, maybe 5 levels, like, if you're cooking.
Right.
And
Because
I think I
ideally, you're
averaged, like,
doing a level a
3.
game.
Yeah, I think I averaged, like, 3 to
Right.
4. That's not that much,
No, it's
like, in an
not.
hour. Um, so, I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it, like, it's 10 free tokens.
Yeah, but my biggest complaint about it is that this stuff tracks when you're just idling.
Yeah, the tokens. Yeah, that's
Like,
the annoying part.
the hour token would be way more valuable if it was only in-game time.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, you think about that, like, then if that was the case, like, I don't even know, I mean, dude, what's an average COD game length? Like,
On a small
I'm
mosh
sure
pit? Well, let's just say 10 minutes.
well, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it's 10
max.
minutes, I mean, you get 6 games, right?
Yeah.
But, like, you and I know it's not always that, it's
Yeah.
usually way less than that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, you could easily get
A
I'd probably
min
say fairly, you could probably get, like, 9, 11, 12
yeah.
games, like,
Minimum
no
minimum
problem.
6 levels.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and then it's kinda worth it to you, but, dude,
yeah.
all this crap, like, what if you got laundry you gotta do, And I was
Oh,
just like,
yeah.
your whole that like, my that whole hour, I'm like, my life revolves around that
That
hour,
one to
you
yeah,
know?
that one token,
Like,
yeah.
"Dude, I need
Exactly.
you to do this." "Nope."
Mhm. Yeah. And
Like, "I'm
also
not
too,
leaving."
it's because 'cause we're, every level now is so much well, I don't even know how much XP is this,
Oh, I
like
have no idea.
60,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of XP every level because 'cause we're technically in the master prestige level, right? And I guess that's one thing I'm excited about the prestige, the old prestige system, because now when we reset back to 1 and we pop up double XP, dude, it's like we're flying through the first 25 levels, and
Oh,
it's gonna be
yeah.
great. But
Oh, yeah, and I don't know, do you know if our, tokens transfer?
I have no idea. But I mean, they did transfer last time.
Yeah.
I think before too they did.
So,
From
I hope
you
so.
could save them. Dude, I'm gonna need all my tokens. I'm just gonna pop them because I know I'm gonna get to the point where, uh, Black Ops 6 is coming soon, and I'm like, dude, I'm still playing this game, grinding it out. I just want to get this over with. I'm using all of them. That's my plan. I'm just gonna use all of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be at too, because there is gonna be that point where, like, once season 6 comes around, I'm gonna be pretty much checked.
Mhm.
Like I'm gonna be hanging by a thread, and I just want to hit that 1250.
Mhm.
You know, go give you a high five, be like, Justin, we did it
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Oh,
You know?
what do you think our skin's gonna be for our 1250 skin?
Dude, it's just gonna be fun. It's bro, it can't be worse than what we had last year.
That's true.
Dude, that shit was so disappointing.
Yeah,
I hope
or the
I'm
Vanguard
hoping
skin.
it's like, well, bro, God, that like I don't know what they were smoking when they were
Yeah,
thinking of that. Like, let's celebrate these players who have grinded with that. I'm like,
a
is
default
that? I'm
skin.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, is that default, bro? Like,
yeah,
are you kidding me right now? You're tweaking. Like, that skin that was in Cold War where I think you could buy it and it was like it was like a skull with like blue flames coming off of him. You
yeah,
remember that?
mhm,
Like, that's what I'm expecting.
yeah,
Like I want to see my guy with a crown on his head with like, what's that? You remember when Triple H came out and he had that song Bow Down to the King and
yeah,
he's sitting in the throne and he had that like fur thing, that
mhm,
fur coat on? That's what I'm looking for.
yeah,
I need some badass skin that
yeah,
everybody in the games will be like, bro, how'd you get that? I'll be like, peep that level, buddy.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
All the hours we put in, we need some dope at the end. Like, just give it to us.
bro, I checked my game on COD there because it says, I don't know how accurate it is. I think it's probably pretty accurate.
Mhm,
Bro, hit the 1100-hour mark.
mhm. Yeah,
Just be putting in that time. Like I
dude.
I think about that and I look across all my games. I'm like 1100. I beat
Mhm,
South Park in a day and it
yeah.
was like 8 hours.
Dude,
Look at
low
this
key
game,
though, that might be like
65.
I don't even know what I'm at, but it's probably my lowest COD,
Dude, probably.
which is insane.
So let me do this really quick. 1100 hours divided by 24. That's wow. Yeah. See, again, there's no shot that it's that much. That's 45.8. There
1,100
ain't,
hours.
yeah, 1100
Oh,
hours is that many days. So there's no chance. I know you and I don't have 45 days on this game.
that's probably including like other.
Probably last game too.
I don't know.
You think between MW2 and MW3, we've got
Yeah,
about 45 days?
yeah, because we get like 20 days. We definitely had over 20 days on MW2, like easily.
Yeah, like that. I mean, that's like basically 23 days.
Yeah,
Like it's 22.9 days
yeah.
per game. Like I would say that's probably pretty fair. I would say though, with this game right now, I mean, granted, that's at this point, we
Mhm,
still have like I still have to finish this season. I think I've got like I think I'm just under 1,000. I'm like
mhm.
990 something, or rather. So I still got to finish that, and then I've got to do season 6, right?
Yeah,
So that's still a lot of hours left.
yeah.
Um,
This it's funny. We played more MW2 than this game, and which is crazy because this game's better, 100%. But
yeah, but
again,
I'm curious to see though, because when we get to the end, who knows? We may be a little bit over.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like, I think we'll be close to 20 days, if not
Hmm.
just hit 20 days.
Yeah,
But yeah, well, we'll see. The hype obviously of this game has died immensely, and thing is, like we played MW2 more than this one, but this game's better. But I swear the
yeah.
hype of this game died way faster because of you know, the nostalgic maps,
Hmm.
which is a shame. Which I feel like people are gonna look again. We say this every year. They're gonna look back at this game and what could be. Imagine if they took the not original, the MW2 maps, the MW 2022 maps, the new ones, and they put it in this game.
Probably
Like,
would have been a W.
yeah, like playing Mercado,
Yeah,
like
I
just
think it would have
just
been
yeah,
I think it would have been way more successful than what we ended up having.
yeah,
Thinking now, like in retrospect, I think it would have been a better move for them.
mhm,
Because I don't think those maps were, at least for publics, I don't think they were that bad.
yeah,
I thought they were all pretty solid. Competitive is a different story.
mhm,
Um, but I think it would have just kept things fresher. And that's like with Black Ops 6 is like I like the remastered maps. I like all that shit, but you can't make that the focal point of your map pick. Like the
mhm.
map pool has to be for me like 80-20, 80% new maps, 20%
Yeah,
remasters,
yeah. We need the new game. It's a new game. We're paying for a new game. Give us a new game, and then throw in the fan favorites every now and then.
Yeah. No,
Like
100%.
I'd much rather them try their heart out to just keep putting out like new maps and then them failing than just completely recycling old nostalgic maps over and over and over again. And I know there's a whole debate about it. Some people are like, people need to get over the idea of getting a new game every year. I'm like, we're paying for a new game every year. I better get a new game.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand how people have accepted that. Oh, you're not getting a new game every year. Like we want the old stuff. If anything, MW3 is a clear example of we can't just get nostalgic maps and be it for the rest of the year and be
Yeah. No,
satisfied.
no, absolutely. I mean, there's a point and there's a point to that tapping into that stuff. And then there's the price for me, Um, like I'm not if that was the case, like, I would say now, even like doing this, um, I'd still buy the game, of course, but that pre-order, like for that new one, it's like I don't know if I'm playing all remasters. It's like, brother, I wouldn't even want to play that. That'd be
Hmm.
it would just be. It's like I've already done that.
Yeah.
We said
Ex-
that with the MW2 mod that they were doing. Like we would play it, but I wouldn't make that like much of my you know, I wouldn't play it every day. I'd play it for maybe a week or so,
mhm.
and then every once in a while, when we're kind of feeling it, we're like, dude, let's go hit a little MW2. But I'm like, we already put in the time on that. We put in over 40 days on that game.
Mhm.
I don't, and especially now with this MW3, I'm like, man, I've been playing these maps for a long time. Like, I don't need to see them again.
Yeah.
Um, Especially if they're just in there and they're not like there's nothing done to them.
Yeah. We're spending money on a new game. I expect new content in the game,
Y-
you know.
Yeah. No, seriously, like that's all I expect. If I'm gonna pay that $70 AAA price tag, I need AAA quality. And
Mhm.
AAA quality to me is not making 80% of your game or like maps in a Call of Duty game old remasters. Like I
Mhm.
don't I don't want to play those. If I want to go play those games, I'll go load up the old COD,
Mhm.
where they were made with intention and did really well on that game.
Mhm. Yeah. And we can just go on a rant about it, but like people are talking about, oh, add raid and express back into BO6. I'm sure those maps are going to return, but like, man, we've seen those maps like every year in competitive with Treyarch. We know those maps work.
Yeah.
It's great, but give us some time. Like, I know for a fact, like, if they just put out new maps and try hard enough, they're gonna find a competitive map or they're gonna find like a good pubs map. Like Sledgehammer did a great job adding new maps throughout the season. If they
Mhm.
started off with those new maps and then added in like the nostalgic maps later on, it would have been fine. But like I'd rather be begging for new maps and be begging for old remastered maps, just playing
Yeah.
over and over and over again.
Yeah. So like that's when I'm thinking kind of like wrapping on that stuff. Like I think what if I had to assume, I think that they're gonna go and at launch, it's gonna be pretty much all new maps. Maybe they'll have a couple of remasters in there. But then with every season, I think they should do what I think they've tried to do in the other CODs where it's every say for season one, they do two new maps that are new creations for Black Ops 6. And then the new one or the third one they throw in is going to be a remaster from one of their other titles. And I'm fine with that. That to me is a good like slow dose of getting those where I look forward to it in the rotation, but I'm not bombarded with it.
Mhm.
I'm not loading in and it's just like there all the time. And it's okay, it's a raid and express, or it's raid and firing range. To me, I've already been in that lobby.
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't need to be there again.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. So again, Treyarch, they've already announced they're adding new maps, so that's
hmm
already a win on their book, and they're adding the old maps that we all miss and we love too.
hmm
So they're giving us a good mix, and
Oh yeah, we'll be good.
yeah, And yeah, again, like by the time you guys listen to this, the early access is still going on. So let us know what you guys think. Like, I mean,
Did you hit max level?
yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna be talking about it on Twitter or X,
Oh,
you know.
big time.
Like, so again, I know
We'll be spamming.
they won't listen to this for the first couple of days while it's out, but we just gotta share the community, let everyone know because we're gonna be playing for sure.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, so again, everybody who's playing too with us, like on like if you're listening to this now and even when we have the next beta after that, um, like be sure to let us know what you're thinking of it. And be joining like you were saying before, go to the Twitter community post because we're gonna be posting a lot on that game. I know for sure I'm gonna be pretty much after every
every
game,
game, yeah,
I'm gonna try to like control myself and be
yeah,
like, yo, is Omni moving right now? This shit's fucking broken. Or
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, yo, what's the best
Well,
class setup? Like
yeah,
that
we'll
kind of
keep
shit.
the regular tweets out on our main page, but the community will spam.
Yeah,
So
be like
but we gotta engage with everyone, man. Like this is
absolutely.
the best time as a COD fan. So
Yeah,
especially for this game.
100%.
So
So yeah, we're looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are all looking forward to it. Because if you're not, I don't know what to tell you. You're watching the wrong podcast, bro.
yeah, and listening to the wrong podcast too.
Yeah, exactly.
um, but yeah, I think we covered everything we wanted. Black Ops 6, Season 5
Yeah.
Reloaded. Um,
Before we end, my one thing I wanted to say because I did make a note of it. Shout out to Scump because they had the esports
esports.
award.
Hmm.
Yeah, and Scump won the personality of the year, rightfully deserved. The
Yeah,
king.
not surprised
Um,
either.
yep, not surprised either.
Greenwall's strong.
Yeah. Yeah, they had it in Riyadh,
Yeah.
which was dope. I was like bugging at first because I saw Hex posting on his social media. He was still there.
Hmm.
And I'm like, why are they still there? Like EWC has been over
Hmm.
for a minute. And then they made all that stuff, and I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
got it.
No,
So
yeah. Could you imagine? I mean, those guys, they didn't go to Saudi like for the
yeah.
EWC. Man, could you imagine if they went there and flew back and then they were like, they realized, wait, we have to go back again.
Oh yeah,
We have to
right.
make those
Yeah.
trips. No, yeah, no. They
Yeah,
only went once.
you're right. I forgot they didn't even go.
Yeah, they're in
Uh,
Dallas. Even
yeah,
though,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to him because that was pretty dope, to
Mhm,
see somebody from the COD community make it up there. I made a note too because I thought it was a big deal. The esport of the year went to Valorant.
mhm.
I totally see why.
Not surprised about
Um,
that either.
yeah, I can't remember who just won the championship, the World Championship.
Was it the
Is it?
Falcons?
E- no, it wasn't the Falcons. They had it. Heretics was in it.
Mhm.
Heretics was in it, and then they played. Oh man, I should know who it was. Um, but it was insane. Like, did you check any of it at all?
No, I don't play Valorant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like we know like our mutual friend, he plays it.
Mhm,
So I start to watch it a little bit more. I'm trying to see if he because I know we were talking about it. And I want the guy's name in there. The guy's unbelievable.
mhm,
Can't remember his name. Yeah, Kang Kang.
mhm,
The guy is just he's so good. They were so hyped up when they ended up winning it. It was it was unbelievable.
mhm,
Like I was loving it so much. Yeah, EDG is the name of the team that ended up winning it.
mhm.
Um so yeah, huge shout out to them and again for Valorant for actually getting that award. Rightfully deserved. Their production is phenomenal. The players, the
Mhm,
teams, everything about that. That is where COD should be, and I
mhm.
think COD will be. Just give it time, because I
Yeah.
hope to see sometime in the near future,
Mhm.
Esport of the Year goes to Call of Duty,
Yeah.
um, but in due time.
Yeah. No, that's I think that just shows that's a game developed by Riot Games, who made League of Legends, which is one of the biggest esports in the world.
Hmm.
And they decided to make a shooter, and now it's also one of the biggest esports in the world.
And it's
So
Esport of the Year.
yeah, I think it just shows that if you focus on competitive first, what can happen, and not focus on the casuals like us. But I'm a big believer of like you can do both. You definitely can cater to casual players and people that want to get into competitive. You have a great opportunity to do that. So Activision, listen to the casuals and the competitive community and do it because Treyarch
Yeah,
is.
yeah. And we get bangers from them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
They know bangers, bro. They know bangers.
exactly. Yeah. And with that, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you guys think of the beta so far, if you've played it. And we're on anchor.fm/the COD Casuals, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that stuff. And leave a 5-star rating on that too, because it does help us out a lot. And make sure to follow us on Twitter because, like we said, go to the community. We're going to be spamming when we're playing Black Ops 6. So we want to talk with all you guys. And we're also on Instagram, TikTok. We cut up everything. So if you don't want to listen to the whole thing, go there. And yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it, brother.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. This has been episode 185 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.